Hello. It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book. Hello. It's me, Ryan. Welcome to Ink the Book Show, where I draw my first graphic novel called Bonehead. It's a 230-page book I'm putting together called Bumphead, about a little skeleton guy that lives in a funky world with a bunch of critters that inhabit it. He lives in a city called Necropolis, filled with like slug people and roach people and ghost people and devil people and skeleton people like himself. And he works at a poison factory, and he's decided, as a goof off, as a lifelong goof off, he's going to get his act together and start straightening it up and flying right. And so he's going for a promotion. He's going to ask his girlfriend to marry him, stuff like that. And then he finds out that the poison factory he works at is going to be closed down, which throws a wrench in all of his plans. So he steals this top secret project that they're working on so they can close down. He steals it so they can't close down. You following me? And it launches him into this big, hairy, interplanetary, interdimensional fiasco. We're getting into a cool scene right now. There's a monster in the next page, not this page that I'm about to do. Here he is sneaking around the poison factory. He's been locked in this room where he's on a boring assignment where he has to sharpen all the company pencils because the factory manager wants him out of the way while the company owner is visiting. So that's what we're inking today. He's sneaking out, and later today, I the goal is to do 3 pages today. I don't know if I'll do 3 pages. My plans often go awry, but that's what I'm going to try and do. Only doing this page on this stream, but then I'm going to go do some chores, come back, do a second stream, do some chores, come back and do a third stream is the plan. I'm trying to hit, forget how many pages it is, 63 to page 80 is going to be 20, 19, 18, 17, but there's 4 more, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, so I'm trying to hit 21 pages between now and New Year's Eve. So that means I have to do, I don't know, a bunch of days where I do multiple pages. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just get to inking. Dude, my, oof. Whoa, almost knocked my lamp over. What a scalawag. Dude, this Speedball ink bottle. I am not a fan of the spout on the top of this ink bottle. It So I've been having trouble with it. Not when I first got it, but like maybe after a couple weeks of using the ink in this giant Speedball ink bottle, Speedball Super Black India ink. After a couple weeks of using it, it started like leaking when I would go to pour. It's got this nice handy spout on it, but the problem is it like the ink leaks out of the hinge that it bends out at, which I can accommodate for, and I have been the past few days. I've been accommodating for it. I've been adjusting where I pour from. But then today, right before I went on here, it like sprayed out the end like a fire hose, like got all over my hand. I went and washed my hand right before I went live. Man, it's driving me crazy over here. We'll survive. Somehow we'll survive. So he's just snuck out of this room where he's been kept all afternoon or something. And he's like watching his bosses walk by. So this is Mr. Shivers, and this is Denton Crux. Man, I actually meant to eat something before I came on, but I didn't do it. Dang it. All I have in this room is some chocolate. I think I'm going to have a piece of dark chocolate. Oh, last one. This is a Lindor truffle, 70% dark chocolate cocoa. Oh. I think next time I buy these, I might go even darker. There's like I think there's a 75. I think there's an 80. I think there's a 90. Might go 80. 90 would be neat. I like the dark chocolate. It's for psychopaths like me. Oh, and I drink my tea totally black too. When I drink coffee, I drink coffee black. I'm not opposed to putting stuff in coffee. I'm not too I don't drink coffee usually. I was raised by an Irish woman from Ireland, off the boat Ireland. So I've been drinking tea every day since I was like 5 years old. My whole life I took milk and sugar until I turned 30. And I was getting impatient working on a project, going up and down the stairs every 5 minutes to refresh my tea. So I just brought the tea kettle onto my desk. And because I don't have like a fridge at my art table, within reach of my art table, I just started foregoing the milk and sugar. which is probably a good idea because I'd probably have diabetes by now if I didn't do that. With how much milk and sugar I put in my tea. Oof. I'd probably have had to have my leg lopped off by now. So I've been writing a depressing Christmas song called This Will Be Our Holidays from now on. I don't know if it'll ever see the light of day. I'm not a musician. I've been trying to cut together a rough, crummy demo that me and my brothers can put together. My brothers make music sometimes. They're kind of long time amateurs, but they're my brother Liam's trying to make a go of it. He's got a link in my Spotify where you can listen to a bunch of his music. He's got some good stuff. We might try and get that put together before Christmas, but that might not even be possible. I don't know. It sounds like the lyrics of this song that I'm writing. They're kind of like it sounds like a Christmas following a messy divorce. So, like he's describing all these depressing, like his depressing life at Christmas time, and he says this will be our holidays from now on. But we're getting real close to Christmas. It's 10 days till Christmas right now. I'm still Christmas shopping. I just ordered a bunch of stuff. Oh man, I got some good stuff for my roommates last night. At least my one roommate, I'm pretty excited with what I got her. I hope it's as good as I think it is. I think that might be a present for all of us, but it's really a present for her. And I'll get into that more after Christmas. How about that? Not that she'll watch this video, but you never know. People keep surprising me. I keep finding out people I know that are watching. It doesn't feel like anybody's watching, you know? But then I see the analytics and stuff, and then I hear about people checking out the show, and it's really exciting. So thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for giving me a whirl. Guys, 2022 is going to be nuts. My roommates are going to get married. For one. I'm going to start selling stuff somehow. That's the idea, is I want to start breaking this graphic novel up into issues. So I got to start scanning those pages in. Maybe that'll be one of my chores for tomorrow, to get down to the library and see what I can do. So this guy, Mr. Shivers, right here, he's taken his boss, Denton Crux. He's taken him to see this top secret project. And Denton's like, he's not too excited about it. It's a top secret project he's been working on for many years. And it's never really gone anywhere. He's like, oh, I think you'll be interested in this development. He goes, tell me more. He's like, let me show you. So the book opens with Denton Crux when he was a younger man. And he's trying to steal something from this alien king. That's all I'll say about that. Okay. Oh, man, the next page is going to be so exciting. There's a big old monster on the next page. So you'll want to see the next stream too. We're getting into it, buddy. We're getting into the book. This is the way you draw a book. Draw a book, draw a book. This is the way you draw a book. Early in the morning. It's actually late in the morning. It's like 11:30. I've been working on stuff, but it always takes me a while to get onto stream. I'm going to beef up his line a little bit to separate him out from the background. Mm-hmm. Are these drawings yet? Gulp. Mmm. That's good soup. Mm. There's dialogue that's going to go on this panel. I feel like this panel isn't done. So I'm just going to noodle, I guess. Because I don't know what to do. I feel like I should spot some blacks. I'll usually throw in like a kooky shadow angle on the wall, but I don't think I want to do it on this wall for some reason. So what do I want to do, folks? Guys, look at my my Mothman pin from Kane. The link to her Twitch stream channel is also in the description of this video. Look for Kane's Twitch stream link. She does art streams. She designs stuff like this pin. She's working on a new one. This is her Mothman pin, which was her first Kickstarter. I was so happy to back it, and it was such a simple, straightforward campaign. Not too ambitious, not too complicated. Very, very good move on her part, I think. Especially for her first campaign. I would have gone diving through hoops of fire. I would have like burnt my whole life savings. I would have wrecked my life. She had a very smart first endeavor into a Kickstarter campaign. And she just was designing a new one, a new pin, a jackalope pin. So I'm really excited. Guys, check her out. She is onto something. I can't wait to see what she does. She does art streams over there, I think twice a week. Maybe she does one art stream a week, 2 gaming streams a week. I forget now. Guys, I used to actually I don't think I've been getting notifications lately for her Twitch, but I usually get notifications and I would pop in all the time. I never commented or anything, but I used to watch her streams or put them on in the background. I probably still would actually if I got the links, but I haven't been getting emails about it now that I think about it. But anyway, she's onto something. She's gonna go far. I am looking forward to what she does next. So please follow my good friend from high school. It was a long time ago for me. She's younger than me, so she's still young and beautiful. Okay. Let's see. She is someone to watch, though. I can't wait. I really want to do something like she's doing. I was thinking maybe I could do a Kickstarter or something for printing the first issue of this comic. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. That I think I'm just going to do on my own. It's going to be a small print run of black and white editions of 24-page chunks of this book, with some minor editing. But what would I do? I don't know. I think it would be cool to get a Kickstarter going for something, but it'd have to be the right project. What would the right project be? Maybe something Bonehead related? What would it be? I don't know. What would I want to see Bonehead-wise? T-shirts, mugs. I don't think that makes much sense to do a Kickstarter campaign for T-shirts and mugs, though. A poster? No. Something nice and simple, like cats. Maybe I could do an enamel pin of Bonehead. That would be pretty neat. That would be slick. Look, I also got this other, the same, within a couple days of getting that enamel pin, I got this enamel pin. I don't collect enamel pins. These are the first two I have. Well, I have an Earthworm Jim one somewhere, but this is Mike Doty. This is one he's got available in his shop. That's pretty cool. It's like a magnet. It's like a magnet logo, that is. It is just a regular enamel pin. But, yeah, it says Doty. Okay. Okay. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. I don't want to do the same thing as her necessarily. But I really admire her campaign, and I think it would be a good... I really think that's a good first forage into that sort of thing. Eventually, I may do like some kind of crowdfunding for the full book, or I may pitch it to a publisher. I think that's going to be my first route. I think pitch it to a publisher. If that doesn't seem like the right path, if something goes awry with that, doesn't work out, I think I'll do crowdfunding for Bonehead. But it's just, there's so many moving parts to printing a book, and I've never done any of that before. I feel like it'd be smart to go through a publisher. And I have one in mind, but to pitch to. I'll talk about that as it becomes more pertinent. I know I've talked about it here on this channel before, though. Many times. I don't like that. Fix that. See, that's a tangent. That first line I laid down. His toe touches right against the line, so that doesn't work. Because we like clarity. We gotta do the thing where I cock it a little more. Yeah. Because it was getting a little too in my face, the camera. So I think I'm gonna go get a haircut today. I'm always afraid to get a haircut now. I've been afraid to get a haircut for the past 5 years. Because my hair's getting so thin. My hairline won't stop receding. But, you know, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Vie is bon. Is that how you say that? Oh, almost certainly not. Life is good. This is life. Life is good. We are inking a book. So, hey everybody, if you are interested in the first issue of my Bonehead comic, which stars Denton Crux, I might throw in a Bonehead page or something, just to kind of like set it up that he's not that Denton isn't the main character of the story. But if you're interested in issue 1, I'm gonna be trying to put that out after Christmas, the beginning of the new year. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in maybe buying a 24-page black and white comic. Because this would be in issue 3, so we're actually getting toward the end of what would be issue 3. So just curious. Let me know if you're interested. Let me know if anyone you know would be interested, or if you're liking what you're seeing. If you know anybody else who would like this kind of story, this kind of thing. First of all, if you know anybody, send them to this YouTube channel where I draw just about every day a new page. We're learning how comics are made here. And that includes me. I'm figuring this out as I go. Trying to lead by example for people. People I know. People I don't know. By diving in, figuring it out live. And guys, I'm no clever guy. If I can figure stuff out, any dum-dum can. That's what we're doing here. Oh, tea. I'm always sighing on the show. Oh, groaning. But you know what? This is the least laborious work I do. It's a little fatiguing sometimes. But, you know, this is the hardest thing I do all day. What a day to be alive. Just trying to get some interesting texture here. I first noticed this kind of, I mean, I'm doing it differently here, but it's kind of the same principle. The first time I noticed this kind of hatching was on the first time I picked up one of the series of unfortunate events books where what's his name? Brett Helquist, I think, is the illustrator who does the covers on the series of unfortunate events. Yes, Brett Helquist. He does that kind of like funny hatching like that on the. It's like a thatch work pencils on those covers. And I thought that was really neat. And I started to see it other places, so I don't think that's anything particularly unique, but that was the first time I ever noticed something like that. And I would, from time to time, employ it in my art. Most notably this book. I think that's the first time I really ever tried that. But that's where I got that. I only ever had the third one. The third in the series of unfortunate events. The Wide Window. I don't know why I got that one. I think I had read the first one, and for some reason bought the third one. And I knew it was the third one. I think it must have been the only one that was available, and I intended to collect them all, and I just never did. I was a little old to be buying it when it came out, but I remember seeing the Jim Carrey movie and being excited to see the rest of those, and then they like scrapped it. But then the I think more or less the same team did the Netflix series, and that was pretty good. I was a little disappointed in the end, honestly, but I'm really glad that they saw it through and went, kind of produced it fairly quickly across 3 seasons. And yeah, they came out. I think they came out like season 1, and then later in the year, season 2, and then early next year, season 3. They put it out pretty quickly, but that was pretty neat. That was pretty good. I'm glad that I largely enjoyed that thing. I like that Barry Sonnenfeld, man. He produced. Is he a producer? I don't know what he is. Let's take a look. Barry Sonnenfeld. His name is associated with like Pushing Daisies, Men in Black. I think the Addams Family movies. He's got this kind of almost what's that guy's name? Tim Burton kind of style that kind of follows him around. He's kind of like a no name, not no name, but he's kind of like a another Tim Burton, if you ask me. And just like this style I always associated with Tim Burton, but it kind of follows Barry Sonnenfeld around. And I never knew his name until after Pushing Daisies, and then I kept seeing it and recognizing his style kind of showing up. Yeah. Oh, look at this. He originally worked as cinematographer for the Coen brothers. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. I'm a huge Coen brothers fan now. So I like that. Yeah, he directed Addams Family Values, the Men in Black trilogy, Wild Wild West. And if you haven't seen Pushing Daisies, what are you doing? The only tragic part, and they wrapped it up as nicely as they could, but there was a writer's strike that I think ultimately put that show on the ground. But that was a beautiful fairy tale of a show, and I didn't hear many people talking about it, but it was unlike anything on TV then or now. Well, more so then. Now you get a bit more like out there stuff, but that really stood out for its time. 2007, I want to say. Let's see what else. And there's always talk that they're going to revive Pushing Daisies in some way. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Maybe someday, but I like that Brian Fuller guy, too. He created Pushing Daisies. He did Dead Like Me. He did Wonder Falls is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's a perfect 13 episodes. Again, like all of Brian Fuller's shows seem to get cut down before they ought to. And those are his big three. Like, he's done a bunch of other stuff that I like, Hannibal, other stuff like that. But I'm less interested in that than his big three, which are Dead Like Me, Wonder Falls, Pushing Daisies. Those are the golden shows. Those are really good, really good. And then a series of unfortunate events. He did this Schmigadoon thing. I don't know anything about that other than Keegan-Michael Key and Kristen Chenoweth, who's in Pushing Daisies, is in it. That's all I know about that. But yeah, he's got really, really slick style. I don't remember why I started talking about him. Oh, a series of unfortunate events. Well, I didn't do his cheek here. And then beef him up a little bit. We want him to look meaningfully on the page, like he's supposed to be on the page. No, the real thing is I just want him to stand out from the background. Oh, that was a little flubbed. I'll fix that with the white momentarily. Oh, I saw a trailer. I saw a couple of trailers yesterday. I don't know why. What is it like? Was it Instagram? Keeps feeding me movie trailers all of a sudden. I think it's Instagram. Maybe it was Facebook. Maybe it was Twitter. One of those suckers was feeding me movie trailers yesterday. I saw the one for the DreamWorks movie, The Bad Guys or something like that. And it's like there's the big bad wolf, there's a snake, a shark, a spider, and they're like the bad guys, right? I forget what else there is. There's a bunch of guys. And everyone's afraid of them, and then they decide they're going to turn it around or something. But it's hard for them. I don't know. I like the style of it, but at the same time, like halfway through it, I was like, it looks kind of interesting, but more so, it looks like a DreamWorks movie. DreamWorks is kind of trash. No? Try as they might, DreamWorks is pretty trash. I mean, DreamWorks is pretty trash. The closest I can think, anyway, their animation came to being, like, not animation, but the closest their feature films came to being decently watchable were the Shrek movies. And come on, Shrek's the best you got. Shrek's fine. what is it? Shark Tale over the hedge or whatever. See, I don't even remember if these names are correct. I haven't seen them. They look just trash. Your film is about Bruce Willis is a cocky raccoon with a wise guy smirk on his face, right? Your film is about Will Smith as a cocky shark or a dolphin or something, and he wears this wise guy smirk on his face, right? Oh, your film is about Jerry Seinfeld as this cocky bee who wears this wise guy smirk on his face. Your film is about, oh, what's another one? I can't even think of another one because it's even more forgettable than B movie, which says it all right in the title. Oh. I'm going to heat up some water. So by the time it's done, but by the time I finish this cup of tea, I'll be able to just grab another one. So I'm just going to hit the water, the heat button. The button has been hit. You better watch out or you're next. You kidding? I wouldn't hit you. I love you. With your cute little nubs. Your cute little teeth sockets where your teeth used to be. Your cute little skin tags. Your cute little lobotomy scar. All right. He hears somebody coming, so Bonehead does, that is. So he's all nervous because he's not supposed to be out of that room. And so he hears somebody coming in. He just dives into the first door he sees. So yesterday I was talking at one point about being disappointed with stuff I know a couple people that I heard had put out a book, right? And I got really excited. I was like, I gotta buy that book. And then I go and I see what their book is, and it's like this like tiny pamphlet thing drawn by a fourth grader, like kids, drawn by a fourth grader cover, kids book, this, and by kids book I mean like a kid may as well have written it. And I know 2 adults doing this. And I'm just like, my problem with that is I don't think I like people putting stuff out there. I like people making stuff, sure. But my problem with that is you're trying to make something you can. My impression is you're trying to make something you can sell more than you're trying to make something that you would want, that you yourself would buy. You know what I mean? Is that fair? Does that make sense? I'm not into people making things to make money more than to own the thing. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to care about the thing that you put out. Don't put out garbage. I shouldn't say that the people made garbage, but I don't think what they made is something that they really care if people own or would want to own themselves. I think it's kind of done with a side hustle mentality. Like they're going to make some money on the side. And not into it. So the door that he runs into here, it says caution, trap worm. So when I first made up Bonehead, when I first made up Bonehead, I made up Bonehead, and I immediately knew he had a a boss. I knew he worked at a poison factory, and I knew it would involve his boss. And I think right away when I designed his boss, he had the smiley face mask. He was like an angry guy with a smiley face mask. And and then also I made up what basically is the trap worm, only it was called a sandworm. It looked a bit different. It looked kind of cooler in a way, but I couldn't figure out how to turn it in 3D space. I could only draw it from like the front angle. So I redesigned it a bit for this book. And I didn't want to call him a sandworm because sandworm is what's in Beetlejuice and Dune, I guess. I've never seen Dune. Or Red Dune, for that matter. But yeah. And I tossed around a couple names when I was trying to redesign it for this book. And I don't know why Trapworm, but Trapworm just sounded kind of cool to me. And I gave it 2 P's. Because it sounded to me like it potentially might be a thing. I don't know. I think I Googled it, and there might have been some like DJ Trapworm or something like that. Let me see. Trapworm. Traps. Let me try with 2 P's. No, doesn't look like it's in. I don't know. Not that I'm seeing. Spam! One of the funnest things in making this book so far has been to come up with the onomatopoeias throughout the book. It's been one of my favorite things. And then to draw them out, write them out, and ink them even. It is fun every time for me. And you'll see, like, throughout this book, like, I'm clearly, like, having fun coming up with the right onomatopoeia. Like, what does a slamming door sound like? Slam? Do better. Spam! I'll fix that. What else do I have to fix? There's something else. His cheek here. Maybe the bottom of this door. And what now? The top of this door. Okay. This should actually be straighter than that. I'll fix that too. The door frame should remain straighter than the door. The door is the thing that's in action. The door's coming flying off the hinges. Spider! Okay. And then this. How long have we been on, out of curiosity? Just over an hour, so it's a little after noon for me. Oops. So, what are we thinking, Ryan? We're thinking, that's what's going on between these two ears. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go get a haircut. And then, I gotta go pick up something. That's the other thing. I gotta go pick up a Christmas present for somebody. Then I'll come back, maybe eat some lunch. Then I'll do the second page, on which we see the trap worm. So these are the guys that startled Bonehead, and he runs into the room. And they're just having some dumb conversation. See, the basement is full of all these scientists that work on top secret poison stuff, I guess. Kind of redesigning his jacket as I go. I don't know what the heck I drew, but it doesn't make sense to me. Okay. See that? There's a tangent. Can't we do anything about that? Okay. Knocked my glasses on the camera. I'll leave that one up to you if you think I don't think I moved it much. But if you think you need to take a shot, normally around here when my head bumps the camera, we take a shot. Or the people take a shot. The people watching do a shot. Allegedly. I guess I've never gotten any feedback on whether anyone's actually doing that. But you're welcome to do a shot when I bump my head on the camera. But I don't know if that one counted. I'm leaving it up to you. If you're thirsty and it's 5 o'clock wherever you are, you go right ahead. Don't spoil your dinner. This guy kind of reminds me of this little slug guy. Kind of reminds me of the dude from Bump in the Night. Remember that little claymation TV show back in the 90s? He was like a monster under the bed or something. I forget what his name was, but he was voiced by Jim Cummings, who voices Winnie the Pooh nowadays. Or at least he did about the same time. And then Rob Paulson was Squishy. He's like a little blue guy. I remember that. Squishington? Squishy? He went by Squishy, but I think his name was Squishington. I said he talked like this. Rob Paulson. Just Rob Paulson voice. Actually, the Bump in the Night character always reminded me of these little goblin finger puppet things I used to get at the dentist all the time. Every dentist visit, they'd have all these like little ghouly, goblin-y finger puppets. And every time I went to the dentist, I'd pick one out at the end. I mean, I think they probably had other stuff, but that's always what I went for. And I feel like the guy, the main character in Bump in the Night, looked just like those things. I never really caught that show very much when I was a kid. It seemed kind of elusive. I was only like peripherally aware of it. But that was when I was like 5, 6. I lived out in the city, and while I watched TV, I don't know. I didn't keep up with I didn't watch too much TV. I think the first program I regularly watched. I mean, I kind of watched Ren and Stimpy with my dad at that point. I remember discovering Rocko's Modern Life on my own one day when I don't think I was alone at home, but I remember being kind of like up before anyone else and just flipping through channels, which I had never done before. So like usually my parents would put on the TV at that age. And I remember I was kind of up before anyone, and I was like, I'm going to find something to watch. And I found Nickelodeon. Like, I didn't know any of the channel numbers. I was just kind of haphazardly doing it. And Rocko's Modern Life was on. And I thought it was cool. That's all I remember. But I think I don't even think I stayed on it. I was probably looking for Power Rangers. I had a couple of friends, a few doors down, I think. I don't know where they lived. I think they lived a few doors down from us in the city. And their names were Chris and Troy. And I also had cousins named Chris and Troy. But Chris and Troy, I remember they came over one time and they were telling me about Power Rangers. They're like, you got to check out Power Rangers. You're going to love Power Rangers. Like, if you say so, Chris and Troy. And I went and got into Power Rangers. They were like my first guy friends. They were like kind of my first friends. Well, they were close. They were very close. You know, there were a couple. There was like a girl who babysat us from time to time, and her brother. And they were kind of friends, but they were like, her brother was kind of a troublemaker. He would like melt my toys and bury stuff and try and get us to do bad stuff. And the girl who babysat us, I would think of her as kind of a friend. And there was also another family that babysat us with 3 kids, Ashiv, Kashiv, and Ursula, that I think I've talked about before on here, that I considered them friends. Chris and Troy might have been before that. Maybe not. Maybe not. It was all about the same time. All those people. Between like 4 and 6, I remember them. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we never see these guys again. They're just they were solely put in this book to scare Bonehead into darting into this room. Should I give them names? This guy will be Langdon Aldridge. Okay. Here's Langdon Aldridge. He has a stamp collection, but he's afraid to tell anybody because he thinks it's dorky of him to have a stamp collection. He's probably correct. He's kind of ashamed of his stamp collection. He's proud of it, but he's ashamed. Because it's an impressive stamp collection. But, you know, he doesn't want people to know that he's the type of guy that collects stamps. He doesn't want to sell them either. Some of them are worth quite the pretty penny. But he's so sentimental that he could never part with them. He suspects if he ever has kids, he'll probably pass them down to his kids, but that kind of makes him uneasy too, the thought of that, because like if he has kids and he passes them down to his kids, when he goes, they'll just sell them because they won't understand the beauty of the stamps like he does. They won't cherish the stamps. Nobody understands stamps like Langdon Aldridge. Nobody understands Langdon Aldridge. I think I was going to get that second cup of tea like ages ago, but I'll finish this. I'll finish this page. This guy's name is let's see. Hubert Doodle. Now, Hubert Doodle, he just got married. But his wife is having second thoughts because he is just kind of a slob. Oh, she'd never divorce him. But she is just mortified at what living with this man is like. This Hubert Doodle. And now her last name is Doodle? Betsy Doodle? She's starting to hear her parents' pleased to rethink this relationship. She's starting to hear them in a different light. They're starting to make sense to her. Of course, her parents are accepting of the, they want her to be happy. They're fine with it. But before it was official, they tried to warn her. They tried to talk her out of it. They could see Cubert Doodle was living a slothful life. Was kind of they could see his bad habits. She was just blinded by puppy love. And now, just kind of seeing the reality of the matter. She'd never leave him. She'd never leave him. She's just wondering how she can mold him into the man she knows he can be. Cubert Doodle owns a tuba. Cubert Doodle played the tuba in high school. He still busts it out every now and then. Plays some Camptown races. Betsy Doodle. She likes that. She likes the tuba. She likes when he plays the tuba. He doesn't play the tuba as much as she would like. They were in band together. They met in high school. They're high school sweethearts. Betsy and Cubert. All right. Let's see now. Oh, I never said the other movie trailer I saw. So I saw the Bad Guys trailer, which looked kind of. I liked the style because it looked a little different than a lot of what do you call it, CGI animated movies out there. It looked a little different, And then halfway through the trailer, I was like, you know what, though? This just feels like a DreamWorks movie. So it's probably trash. But then I saw another trailer for the Nick Cage movie, where it's like Nick Cage playing Nick Cage in some kind of action adventure movie about a fictionalized version of himself. It looked like him not at his most insane and worst. I'll say that. It looked kind of entertaining. Okay, I'm gonna fix up before I leave. I'm gonna fix up those couple of things. A little cheek here. And I'm gonna straighten out this door frame. Okay. I think that will do. All right. So I'll be back on later today. I've got some chores to do. Wow, I'm all washed out. There you go. So we're gonna run some errands, then I'll come back and we'll see the trap worm. And then I'll probably make dinner or something, and then I'll come back and do a third page. So we're trying to do 3 today. This was 1, right? Oh, and I can't wait to show you the next page. Let me take a look at it real quick. I'm not going to show you guys yet. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Yeah. Fall goes according to plan. We've got 2 trap worm pages coming up. We're going to meet the trap worm. Okay, bye everybody. I'll see you later today. Take care.